Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Odewale Taye, and today I'm going to be giving you tips on how to survive in camp. Yeah, insider tips because I've been to camp. I started my service last year November, so I went for camp last year November, and I know I should have made this video but I didn't. But I'm making it now. How should I even start? Let me start by saying that even though I didn't stress myself in camp, I still got very sick. Like, I'm not even kidding. I got very, very sick. It got terrible the third week, right? The second week was already getting stressful for me, and I could already feel it in my body that I was going to be sick. I think it was because of the sun and then cold. You know, the weather. I camped in Benue, and for me, I would say that the weather was strange, right? Sometimes it would be very, very cold, especially in the morning. And because of where my bed was, there was like this fan right beside my bed. And if I had known, I would not have picked that side when I got to camp, right? But that was the side I picked. And so, like, I was getting a lot of breeze. It would be cold at night. In the afternoon, it would be very hot. And I'm just like, Holy Ghost fire. This is fire. In this video, I'm going to be giving you tips that can help you to actually survive in camp. All right? Okay, so welcome back. If you are new to this channel, welcome. If you're not new, welcome. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please kindly subscribe and please ignore the noise. Where I am right now is a bit noisy. It's close to the road, so you might be hearing bikes, cars. You understand? Okay, so let me start from the important ones. Okay, so the most important thing that I think you must do before going to camp is to get your credentials ready. I can't remember the things I took to camp, but I know that NOR was there, my notification of results, and some other things. I'll put the list in the description box below if I find the list, but if I'm unable to find it, I won't put it there. So okay, so, and one thing I made sure to do was to make like 3 copies of everything that I took to camp, right? All the credentials I took to camp, I made 3 copies because I heard I was going to be submitting to 2 copies of those things. So I just made 1 extra because it would not kill, right? And it really helped me. Even not for the fact that I already made some printing, I already did some photocopies from home. I would have honestly spent a lot on it in camp because I remember that there was this green card that was on my page that I didn't know I was supposed to print. I don't even know if it was there before I got to camp or maybe it was after I got to camp. I don't know. I just had to go and print the green card, and I think I printed it 250 naira or 200 naira. I can't remember. And at that time, printing was 50 naira outside, right? So I felt like it was outrageous. Imagine doing a lot of printing. You get, if you are sick, make sure you go with doctor's report. If you have any reason why you think you would not be able to like do those exercises that are like health issues, probably asthmatic patients, you have to go with doctor's report indicating that I have this, I have that, so that they'll be able to exempt you from the exercises. Do you get? It really help a lot. Yeah. Now let's go to the second one, number 2. When you are going to camp, make sure you go with your essentials. Everything that you know that you need to use in 3 weeks, that you cannot do without using in 3 weeks, make sure you go with them. And I'm not saying that you should go with all the water that you're going to be drinking for the whole 3 weeks. Just kidding. But make sure you go with everything that you're going to be needing for those 3 weeks. For instance, your deodorant, your round necks, your soap, your food flags, and some things that you can eat. Actually, when I was going to camp, I carried gari with me, although I didn't take the gari at all, but just for yes, like you can go with cornflakes, all of those things that I feel like you can just quickly like mix up and eat. Do you get? And if you don't have enough for all those things, they are not so compulsory. NYSC will give you food, you just might not like the food, right? Your buckets, your cooler, your food flags. Some people went with water bottle, and I think it must have been useful to them if they did not steal it. But I didn't go with any water bottle, right? And if I went with one, I don't know if they would have stolen it, but I would advise that anything you are going with, anything you are holding, you are bringing from home, should be something that would be able to like enter your purse that you are going to be putting around your waist, because they used to steal in camp. That's what I've heard. They used to steal in camp because I don't have evidence. So you have to be very, very careful. Like if you have like things that are very important to you that are expensive, it's better not to come along with them. Like your power bank now, if you are going with a power bank, because I actually went with the power bank, you have to put it in your purse. Make sure that it enters your purse. Check the size of the purse you are buying. Make sure it's not too small. I would advise you not to go with your iPad. Don't go with your laptops, because it might be very, very difficult. When you are sleeping, your eyes would have to be like half opened or something. And then another thing is that you have to go with padlock so that you can lock your stuff up in the box. But you still have to be very, very careful, because you will understand when you enter camp. I think one of the things that made camp a little bit uncomfortable for me was the toilet. You know, when you have a lot of people using a toilet, 2 toilets, 3 toilets, like definitely you will see a lot of messy stuff. So it was really uncomfortable to use the toilet. So I would advise that, I don't even know what to advise about that, because some people are saying that if you are going, make sure you go with things like I used to clean the toilet. Do I want to be cleaning the toilet? I don't know. May I not go with any of that. I think I have to say this, that Benue really tried. Honestly, I feel like they took care of us, to be sincere, because there were a lot of coppers around. There were a lot of people around, you know, using those number of toilets, and they were still able to like manage it. Like actually, they were washing it like frequently, because I heard of a friend that his camp was terrible. Like because he didn't want to use the toilet, he stopped eating. Can you even imagine? Like, can you imagine that it was terrible? It must have been terrible. But at least in my camp, they used to take care of the toilet, and in the morning they would do community service. Actually, we hoppers would do like community service. We just like go around clean and all of that. Although I must say that when it was my platoon's turn to clean, I can't even remember what happened that morning. I didn't clean throughout camp. You know, my group did not clean toilets. I mean, it wouldn't have been a big deal, I guess, but then it's something good, right? Another tip before I go into the camp thing is that when they give you your khaki, probably your crested vest actually, that's what I'm talking about. That one that they used to write NYSC on with the logo. I would advise you don't wear it, unless it's probably like the day that they want to swear you in, and like on those compulsory days where you have to wear your ceremonial clothes ahead, then you can wear it. But like for exercises, I would advise that you don't switch it with the tops that you take with you to camp. When I was going to camp, I think I bought 3 extra round necks and 3 extra shorts, right? But then the mistake I made was that my crested vest, I was wearing it with those 3 round necks. Like I was using them for the matching. I would sweat on it, wash it, and by the time I was done with camp, the whole top was looking somehow, because the material they gave us in Benue, because I camped in Benue, the material was not so good, right? So like it was just somehow the whole stuff already expanded, and in fact I could not even wear it for my POP. I had to borrow it from another person. But then I noticed that in some camps, like my friend that camped in Himo, he was giving a good material. I feel like even if you wash that material from today till next year, it's still going to be very good. But the one that they gave us in Benue was not so good. Okay, let me just personalize it. The one that they gave me in Benue was not so good, so I couldn't even wear it for my POP. So what I would advise is that try to not wear it too much, so it's not spoiled on time. All right, so you're able to wear it for your POP too. Okay, now the next one, I don't know which number I'm on now, but then the next one, which is the one that I feel like you need in the camp, is that number 1, take your sleep very seriously. Don't let me number it. Just let me say, take your sleep very seriously, because you are going to be stressing yourself for those 3 weeks. You are going to be attending side, and believe me, those sides, they are very, 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 very boring. Like people that are even having enough sleep would feel sleepy from the side, right? Now if you are not having enough sleep, imagine how it's going to be your steez. You understand? So like, sleep, just try and sleep. What I used to do was that, because girls can be very problematic, you know, there will be some people that I don't know how they are doing it. I don't know if they have 7 spirit or something. They wake up very early. Some will be awake around 3 o'clock, already preparing for camp, like already preparing for the whole activity. Me, I did not have such strength. So like, I think I used to wake up like 30 minutes to the time that we'll go to the camp floor to do our morning devotion. So like, maybe I wake up like this, I'm not doing anything, I'm just like rushing to the bedroom to have my bath, and then I'll just dress up and quickly rush to the campground. Do you get? So like, sometimes if I'm not collecting my lunch, if I'm not going out, I'll just sleep that afternoon, just like get back my strength, because in the morning you match, in the afternoon you match. When you're not matching, you're inside. Do you get? So you need your sleep in order not to break down. Although I still broke down, but imagine how it would have been if I did not sleep at all. The last tip that I want to give is that you should try to go to camp early. Right, I think I didn't have to bother so much about this because I went to camp early. I got there the second day that they started the whole camp ish, and I was able to pick a good bed. I was able to pick the corner that I wanted, because I like being in places that are not so like conspicuous, and I was able to like pick a corner, right? But if you go there late, they would have picked all the good rooms, they would have picked all the good beds, and they are going to be left with that type of bed. You get? So that's just it. I don't know, I think by this we have come to the end of the video, and I hope you were able to learn a thing or two. Actually, my light is going to go off soon, and that's why I'm trying to be fast. But yeah, by this we have come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please kindly subscribe now. Yeah, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.